All right, I'm really excited about today's topic, and I'm excited to introduce you to our expert today. So, I've got Kelly Ayala here with me, and she's a mental health and wellness professional, and she really specializes in helping build community and the importance of community. And so, Kelly, I'll let you take it over from here.
Hey Meg, thanks for inviting me in to share what I know about community. And one of the components of community that I find really helpful is that it brings us all together. And I wanted to be able to start off by sharing just a little bit about the importance of community. And when I talk about the idea of all of us coming together or bringing us together, the first thing that I like to highlight that really just blows my mind is the fact that the brain is the only organ that studies itself. And
Hmm.
that to me just like is mind blowing. And what I've kind of come to conceptualize with that knowing is that inherently my brain wants to know about your brain. Us humans, we have um, you know, a really sizable frontal lobe. This is where our gray matter is what makes us unique as human beings. And it's in this gray matter here that we are emotional beings, that we are social beings, and that we want to connect with one another. So this is one element about why community is really important is because we are inherently designed for it. And the second thing that makes community really important is the element of survival. You know, when we are going through really tough changes in our life, we seek out our community. Now, the difference about maybe living in caveman years to where we are living here today in 2023 is that our everyday needs aren't as detrimental as they once were. So, the way that I like to think about how it's important to us today is through the element of transition. And if you are showing up in this video or watching this video, there's a high likelihood that you're looking for change in your life. And this is where the shared experience of a community can become really impactful and really important to your own personal success. And lastly, support and having a community comes with a plethora of resources. Meg, you have an abundance of resources in regards to health and nutrition, and I have resources that encompass mental health and wellness. And together, when we bring those into the room, we can really build and strengthen our own individual needs. So these are the components that make community really, really important. But of course, there are barriers to building community. And what I've or my personal conceptualization to those barriers is a lot of times, especially when we're younger, we're forced into community settings that don't necessarily align to our personal needs. For instance, school. We may have really enjoyed the social component of school, but the academic component of school might have created what we call ruptures in relationships. And the more and more ruptures that we have in those community environments that go without repair, we start to build neural connections that are like, I'm out of here, forget this. So that could be one barrier to why it's so hard at times to rebuild and really engage in a community. So I want to share with you all my 3 tips that can help support you in rebuilding community or just establishing community. And number one is start to assess what you value. And if you're watching this video, there's a high likelihood that the other people watching this video also value personal development, health, wellness, and making contributions to mental health and probably to supporting a community. So you're really going to want to check in with what you value most. The second thing that I want to invite you all to do as you start to establish community is check in with your own internal community. I run a somatic self care women's wellness group, and what our main focus is rebuilding that relationship to ourself, utilizing things like yoga, mindfulness, meditation, experience, breath work. So start to reestablish your internal community and begin to identify your own sources of strengths in which you can contribute to community. Now, the last is an actionable step that I want you to take here. I want to invite you to scroll through your phone and find some people in your contacts list that share your same values. And I want to invite you and challenge you to send them a text. And this is what I want your text to say. I was just thinking about you, and I want you to know how grateful I am for fill in the blank. And in that blank there, I want you to explore and identify what parts of the relationship you share with them are the contributions that of building community. So for me, this might just be, I really enjoy you listening to me. I really enjoy us carving out time to meet for coffee and just share connections. So here are my 3 tips, and I really encourage everybody to just start to take these little nibbles. It's risky, but I guarantee you it's going to be worthwhile to rebuild your community.
I love that. I love that. And that's such a simple tip too. And I can just imagine being on the receiving end of that text message, like the love that I would
Yeah.
feel. And so
Yes.
beautiful.
Yeah, so this experience of community is a somatic relationship. It's not just about sharing the words, but it's about the feelings it evokes in the other
Hmm.
person, which then invites them to participate in the community even more.
Yes, love that. Well, thank you so much for sharing this. Tell everybody how they can find you if they want to connect with you or if they want to come to one of your upcoming events.
Absolutely. So, friends, you can find me on Instagram at Kaya Wellness by Kelly. That's my handle. And then you can also find me on the web at www.kayawellness.life. And I look forward to seeing you at one of our somatic events.
Thank you so much. All right, you
Thank
guys
you.
know what you need to do. So go find somebody, send that text, and every day of this challenge, try to pick a different person to send the text to.
Yeah. Thanks, Meg.
Thank you.